I picked up Outriders and gave it a chance. I've never played it before. It was on sale, and honestly, the higher the world level, the better the game gets.
I'm looking for Jakub Dubrowski.
Now, I
What
put
the
this
hell is
game
going on
somewhere
out there?
between like
We're under attack.
The Division with like the Borderlands style, like loot drop kind of stuff. But then again, The Division also had its own drop, and it would probably be more accurate. But with powers, you choose from 4 different classes. That's kind of where like the Borderlands-ish stuff comes from, in my opinion, because we're apocalyptic. Yes, The Division is also apocalyptic, but this is like kind of different apocalyptic, if you get what I mean. Like, so the world, for some reason, was abandoned by humans or colonized by humans. I'm not really 100% sure. Either way, we return to this place, and this is the state it's in, and we follow this crazy story along the way. And I'm going to be honest, I skip a lot of cutscenes. I don't really like watching cutscenes unless we're playing like The Last of Us or something that's like a movie with its cutscenes. But the gameplay, holy crap! This is world level 1, so you feel pretty breezy in the gameplay, and then later on, as the world progresses, it just gets crazier and crazier to the point where I kind of felt like I was playing World War Z or something. I find myself kind of playing like a bit of a gun game situation where every time you get a better drop, I just equipped that weapon. So I started off with like an assault rifle and a pistol, ended up with a revolver and a sniper rifle with a shotgun at this point. At another point, I got an LMG. At another point, an auto shotgun. Just whatever has better stats. And then I think later on, I unlocked the ability to level up a weapon you prefer. I'm pretty sure that's like a little bit further into the story where I finally unlock that kind of thing. It's also not exactly open world in the way you would think, because I'm pretty sure you start off at like a home base and then you choose on the map where to go, and I think there's like missions for you to be going to them locations to follow the storyline, to progress and unlock stuff, and yeah. There are also some cool boss fights, because although you have gained powers, you didn't start with powers while you gained them. Other people appear to also have powers. Every now and again you come across dudes like this, who's just straight up like Electric Magneto. I enjoyed this boss fight a lot. Ignore the sound of my chair. But yeah, I enjoyed this boss fight a lot because I learned that the L1 and R1 is like a health siphon, and I'm guaranteeing if the world level was higher, this boss would have been a lot harder for me. But every time I got too low, I could just siphon his health, gain health back. And also, I should have probably mentioned that each ability has a different way of getting health back. So the one that I chose is like the fire person. If you kill a target that is affected by fire, you get health back. So you'll see me having a need to use my abilities a lot more, even if I prefer using the gun. And then there was the tank. I believe anyone too close to their proximity gets affected by them being a tank somehow. I didn't really play it, so I don't know. But they get health back through that way. There was also like a range guy who's supposed to be like a sniper, so I assume something of his ability is going to give him health back. Pretty cool stuff. And then I can't remember what the last one was, but yeah. Either way, boss fight was a lot of fun because of this. I found myself hiding a lot more than I wanted to, and then avoiding his crazy ass electric mines he kept chucking down. Pretty fun fight.
so, Outrider. You've had your first kill.
Yeah, I don't care what he was saying. But flash forward to when the world level's a little bit higher, and I'm getting a little bit more confident with the abilities, being able to place them properly. I now have like a whole new outfit that I have stolen from corpses, new guns that I have stolen from corpses, and I'm having a lot of fun. At some point, it started to feel a little bit like World War Z though, with this part coming up. Yeah, it seems like the world is not just overrun by bandits and stuff. There are also weird mutations, as you do in Apocalypse Worlds, which is pretty cool. At this point, I'm saying I felt like I was playing like a World War Z meets Rage. But you still have like the Division and stuff kind of covering when it comes to enemies with guns. But even with the enemies with guns, there was still kind of like that Borderland aspect with the dudes running at you with melee weapons that made me had to fall back a little bit and move from cover to cover backwards rather than forwards, which was pretty cool. I also just missed a ridiculous amount of shots, but we're not going to talk about that. At this point, I was like, oh, they just come from the front, we're good. So I'm sitting here just shooting forward like I'm camping at Juggernaut and Buried. Next thing you know, this dude comes up behind. I see him on the mini-map, and I'm like, oh, he's gonna smack me in the anus. Then I get completely surrounded. Panic fire a little bit. Finally kill one of them, get out. But goddamn. I believe those ones are venomous. I don't want to get touched by it, because I mean, like, he's cold venomous. Probably gonna be venomous, right? Don't want to touch it. Then of course the mutant boss had to show up. I actually laid him out so quick because I just hit him with every ability, and I'm pretty sure the game's supposed to like scare you into, oh, there's lots of them coming. I didn't really care about all that. I just wanted him out of the way. I mean, like, he's probably going to do the most damage. But then again, we just get bombarded again. So like the higher your world level, I'm pretty sure the crazier the game's going to get. I'm looking like forward to like, later stages, because now we're versing people here, and I don't think this guy's a boss that comes up. I think he's just a captain, but he also has abilities. I'm gonna be honest, I was not expecting that. He's just sitting there charging up an ability, and next thing you know, I'm like, oh, I need to dip backwards. This is not a good situation to survive. So yeah, I have no idea how old this game is, because I'm going to be honest, I couldn't be bothered researching it, but I give it a solid 8 or 9 out of 10, a lot of fun.